There's all sorts of interesting art that Michael has left for us. There's Dave Wisniewski floating around there with his camera.
Hi.
Yep, see, he heard us. He said hi.
That's cool.
A lot happening out here for Michael Weisser today.
Hey, Dave. What's up, dude?
You're on camera. How's it going, my friend? Dave over here taking our picture. He was off camera there.
Okay, yeah, we'll be talking.
Mr. Dave doing what he does best.
All you really need to worry about is the main volume here and here. This is a guitar. It's probably okay.
Should we turn down Peter's mic?
Both work. This is the
Let's see what he's saying.
But I believe the microphone you need to turn up relative to the guitar.
Do you want me to do that for you? Or
If necessary.
Okay,
And
well,
just,
well, show me which two then.
Mr. Dave doing what he does
this,
best.
all you really, yeah, this one and this one.
No, that's it, just those two.
Just this,
Yeah.
Just this.
Just that. And that's,
Yeah.
That's where you need to be.
So when you go, just I'll come sit over here, and you just go up or down. Now.
Yeah, I'm
Brother and sister helping each other there.
I'm going to start playing some songs, but I'm just going to.
That's my kids, Haley and Michael.
Oh, right, yeah.
And so, kind of.
They're not twins, but they've been inseparable since birth.
Oh, okay, so it's not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah.
I'll just.
Michael's birth, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
If necessary, if you need to turn the vocals up,
That's the preamp
the
volume.
magic knob. Yeah.
Now, I thought he told me your Jailer song was just E F sharp or something, but it was pretty much it's very
It's
similar.
the same chord progression, but mine is C sharp.
Oh, C sharp. Because he and I played it last night. How you doing?
Weiser's memorial event here. We've got Peter Wilson with the guitar here, getting us warmed up, getting everybody ready. Everybody's starting to gather around, get their joints lit, get that smoke in the air for Mikel Weiser, everybody. It's a nice, somber, cool evening out here. It's so high. Think about Mikel Weiser. Closing out all the open mics out there. Get a little less wind noise. Get a little less crowd talking. A little more focused on Peter now. can start a watch party. So you have the thing up right now?
I'm gonna let him do it because he knows how to do it.
Yeah. So
Which one are you gonna go through?
So we're at Toking Today podcast.
Okay,
So it's
we
already
need to be in Arizona normal.
Yeah, you need to be signed into Arizona normal.
Okay, there's Arizona normal. Are you signed into this page? Or
I
are you
should
just
be.
on?
I'm an administrator.
So if you search Toking Today from there.
He's on it right now.
They all one word?
It's separate.
Welcome everybody, friends and family of Michael Weisser. If I may have all of your attention for a few moments, I'd like to open with a prayer.
Please. Go, right. Please.
Can we get some, is that better? Okay, can we get some more volume on the
Not yet, it's 6:56.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
All right, we lost power for a second. We're back up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Start from.
We're good. Start
Okay.
back over.
Okay, welcome everybody, friends and family of Michael Weisser. Thank you for all being here today. I'd like to open with the prayer, and then we will open it up to memorials and testimony words, special words that you want to say about Michael. Dear God, we thank you for the life of Michael Weisser, everything he was. We thank you for the friend that he was, the friend he was, the husband he was, the father he was, the leader he was, the inspirer he was, the dreamer, the passion that he lived for peace and justice and freedom. We thank you for all these gifts that he brought, that he was. And we ask you to bless his passing, because we're sure as hell not going to forgive him. Well, we will in time, but it just seems that there was so much more that he could have done if he'd stayed around a little bit longer, but that's only because of so much that he did, so much that he started and influenced and left behind. We just think he could have done so much more. So, but we thank you. We thank you, Lord, for all that he did, and we thank you for Michael was so full of energy that nothing would slow him down, short of orders from the governor's office. So we thank you, Lord, for having the governor order Michael home to spend the last month of his life with his wife. We thank you for that and all that he was. Amen. Okay. Ryan, you want to start? Ryan Wilson.
Hi, everyone. I'm the communications director with Arizona Normal, and I didn't know Michael as long as I'm guessing most of you have, but he made such an impact on my life. He had a way about him. He was able to reach out to someone and bring their best self out. And that's what he did with me. My life will never be the same again. He had a special knack for being able to bring people together. That unity message. He took any opportunity to do that, and he's even doing it right now. He's bringing people together. He will be missed, but not forgotten. He was a special person. And I'm just only beginning to realize the amount of people that he had a positive impact on their life. If we could all strive to be just as outgoing and true to our own nature as he was, we'd probably only reach a fraction of what he was able to accomplish. Michael, you will be remembered. Is there anyone else that would like to say some words?
Mike Smallbird. Speak next.
Hi, I'm Mike Robinette. I'm Director of Southern Arizona NORML and also on the Board of Directors for Arizona NORML. And I just like to say how honored it was for me, how honored I am to have been able to have had the chance to work with Michael. He's someone that I didn't expect that I would develop such a great relationship with, but as we started working closely together doing candidate surveys and lobby days and traveling to the fringe of Arizona to collect signatures, I found Michael to be incredibly enthusiastic, inspiring, and with an incredible knowledge base of cannabis reform in the state of Arizona. So we have lost a great man, and I will forever be thankful and grateful for my association with him. So I'd like to just say thank you to Michael, and let's continue his work, and let's legalize in Arizona. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Todd Gilchrist. I'm a events coordinator and for NORML. And I got promoted to junior director, executive. I was Michael's sidekick for the last 2 years at NORML and learned a lot from him. I'm going to miss him. He was my buddy, my smoke buddy, my guy I could talk to about anything. He was my brother. I miss him more than, or as much as my late brothers that had passed in the last 5 years. So I'm kind of used to these deaths lately. Thank you all for coming out for this last thing. I don't know if you guys heard that they're going to name a strain after Michael. So in about 120 days, we'll have a naming contest for him, and we'll name it up for him. So thank you guys for all coming out to have a smoke for him. Wiser OG, Wiser man. There's a lot of good ones. So start thinking of them. All right. All right. Thanks, guys.
Ready, Beth? And now, very special person who knows Michael probably better than any of us, Beth Weisser.
I'm so happy that you all could come. Can you hear me okay? Okay. I'm really happy that you all could come. This is the party he wanted that I wouldn't have. We had many parties, and so I'll tell you a little bit of that story. We got married here. He made that path so that I could come down, and we had our ceremony on all that carpet. His son Sam and he cleaned the yard and made this fire pit, and we had a fire that night after the ceremony. And so I felt like this was the thing to do for him. We weren't churchgoers or anything like that. You're all his family, and this is his church. as I've been saying to people I've shared in my life, I'll continue to share them. It's the right thing, and it helps me too. I'm hoping that we can have some poets that came to do some of his poetry. You're right. And some music. I know Peter doesn't think he sings very well, but he gets the point across, and his fingers do wonderful things on a guitar. And I would really like him to play whatever song he would like to play of Michael's. If anybody remembers the chicken song, Happy, his Happy song. And then Jesus nor the Jailer. Maddie brought some words, some of the lyrics that are handwritten that we can all kind of sing along with it. Fox, you ready to do Manifest Destiny? This poem, he was so proud of because it dealt with what horrible things our governments have done to people in the name of God. And this is his social justice type of statement. So I'd like Christopher Fox Graham from the Sedona Poetry Group to, I'm sorry, I don't know the formal name. He'd come to do his slams with them and got a chance to go on the road doing the slams, and he took it from there. He says, I like this so much. And then he said, okay, and you're running for office, I'm running for Congress. and on the road, and Perry spent the year, almost a whole year out on the road with, and you've probably seen the pictures, and I'm so glad he had such good people out with him, taking care of him when I couldn't. But, okay. Fox? Uh-huh.
Real quick, before he comes up, I'd just like to say, 'cause it sounded like y'all were interested in that news about this strain. That was announced yesterday on the tribute to Michael on cannabisradio.com, which went out all simulcast all over the place. I got it. Don't worry about it. But so if you want to, first of all, the grower is an excellent, truly a master grower who volunteered to do this. He wants to remain anonymous, but he's got a seed bank that's quite extensive. And so in consultation with Beth, we're, figuring out, he's going to figure out what the best new strain would be that would fit, what Michael liked. But the name is, as I think, as he said, we're going to have a contest, so to speak, for the name. So anyone who's interested can go to, I believe, cannabisradio.com. And if you've got a name, there's been some good ones like Weiser Bud and Weiser OG and Unfunded Candidate, although that sounds more like a racehorse to me, but it have to be a sativa. And there's so many good ones I'm sure you could think of. To put them out there, and then I know ultimately we'll decide, again, in consultation with Beth, what the best name should be. I kind of feel like it should just be Mike Weiser, personally, like Jack Carrera, right? But that's just me. Put in your thing, and we'll have a strain here, and it'll be on the shelves in about 4 months. And 100% of the net from the sale, of all of it, for perpetuity, forever, will go to a cause very dear to Michael's heart. So all of it will go 100% when it's wholesaled to the retailer. All of that, all of the profit that's made will go to that to those causes. So get into it. I think it'll be really fun, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. Let us know what kind of strain you think it should be. Go to cannabisradio.com to get more info on that. Thanks, everybody. Sorry. Here's Bob.
So I knew Michael for about 15 years. He was definitely a good friend of mine for about 11 of those, the last 11. Because I didn't really know him other than he was a poet in Kingman who did events out here. And so I would cross-pollinate by promoting his events out here in Kingman, in Flagstaff and Sedona. And then I finally met him, I think maybe 12 or 13 years ago. And then I finally got to hang out with him a lot more often about 11 years ago. And he would just sometimes show up to Slam in Sedona, sometimes show up periodically to Slam in Flagstaff. Sometimes he would just call me up and say, hey, I'm coming through northern Arizona. I don't want to drive all the way to Kingman, or I don't want to drive all the way to Phoenix, or I don't want to drive all the way to, to Holbrook or across the state. Can I just crash at your couch? He probably stayed at my couch 4 times in the last year. He stayed back in March, day before my birthday. He showed up at the house. We drank some mixed drinks, and he crashed out on the couch, and the next morning was my birthday, and my wife made pancakes, and he played with my daughter for a little bit, and then he found out it was my birthday, and said, congratulations for being as old as you are. And then he left and went to Flagstaff to get more signatures, and I went on to work, and that was the last time I saw him. He was actually the last house guest we had at our house before all of this happened. So but yeah, he loved to perform this poem, and so I will do it in as best his style as I can. Manifest destiny. Repeat after me, children. Manifest destiny. Say it again. Manifest destiny. First, to break it down into its component parts. Manifest, noun, adjective, verb. Manifest means laid out plainly for all to see. Want to see what's going on? On a ship, you look in the big old book where they keep all the records. It's called the manifest. Also, when people believe in magic or religion and they want something to happen and it does, they also call that manifest. As in, praise the Lord, just when I thought I was going to starve, Sheila manifested this here dead possum. So now he's eating good. Manifest. Destiny. Noun. Destiny means what is supposed to happen in your life. The road ahead, your fate. Again, people who believe in magic or religion, for they are the same thing, and the concept of destiny is very much a matter of religion or magic. To these folk, destiny is like God. Set up 100 hurdles for you to fall or fly over, a string of dominoes laid out to your infinity, waiting for you to stumble through the gate, to tumble the pegs in their preset directions, all worked out before you even get there. See, you're not really to blame for how you live or the good or bad that happens. Such issues were not really in your power at all. It's all God's will. No, don't question it. It's God's will. Got it? God, it's good. Manifest plus destiny, manifest destiny. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Now here's what it really means. You ready? Once upon a time, this land where we're now standing was a deers and antelopes, a mammoths. They hugged, they played, and not wanting to toss out a discouraging word here or there. But some men eventually came around, and those men, red men, long, long ago men, believed the animals were here for the taking. They believed it was part of God's will. Their destiny was to live, and the destiny of the animals was to die. And God manifested this or that, or he did or did not, and they lived that way for 10,000 years, till some newer men came, chasing gold, or were willing to be, and they were willing to be a whole lot more gory. And they came and brought their whole vengeful God with them, and they came to manifest some gold or some glory, and it came all in the name of God. And then some men who followed them were ready to kill anybody for their God, and kill they did. It was their destiny. It was manifest. It was plain to see. The land was there for the taking. And to reassure themselves the dying were its suffering and were of no consequence, in 1845 they even coined a phrase for it. Manifest destiny. They codified it. They defanged it. It wasn't even killing anymore. Just manifest destiny. And then they threw a war. So what is manifest destiny? Well, say it with me, children. Here comes the definition. Manifest destiny. Manifest destiny. Manifest destiny is the belief that God intended for the United States to stretch from sea to shining sea. If there was an Indian in the way, kill him. If there was a country in the way, go to war. You know what happened with Mexico, right? You know that all of this used to be Mexico. We took half the country. Half. Just took it. Thousands dead, left in the cactus. Carnage from coast to coast. The red land of the white man between the two seas of blue. Manifest destiny, American as the flag. Not our fault. Couldn't be helped. Had to be done. Manifest destiny. Wasn't really murder. Wasn't really stealing. Just manifest destiny. No way around it. God's will. Manifest destiny. Tough break, Indian. Shouldn't have been in the way, Mexico. Nothing personal. Just taking care of business. We got God's work to do. From sea to shining sea.
Yeah, anyone else? Beth? Okay.
Can I play my drum, please? Can I play my drum?
Sure. With the, oh, okay.
Hello, everybody. So glad to see everyone here. You all look like Michael's friends. That makes me happy. I wondered it. He accepts those too, for sure. No, we've known Michael since the beginning of time, practically. I met my husband, gray-haired guy over there. There he is. And 9 months later, my very best friend on earth met the man of her life, and that was Mikel Weisser. And she would come back and tell us, I don't know where you are, Sam, of this man she met, and they would skip class and go in the cornfields, and he'd read her poetry. South Texas orange groves, not cornfields. I'm from Illinois. Yep. And that was the beginning. And so she met Michael 9 months later. We had a baby about the time she met Michael. 9 months later came Sam. So we have babies 9 months apart. And so we knew them from the very beginning when he was just a boy, and saw him periodically through the years. We moved away. We bounced around. And in the end, they came to Bullhead City to live near our family. And we adore Sam and his family as well. And, you know, at some point, Lisa passed, and it was very tragic. And he went on a soul-searching journey. He went to Burning Man, came back half naked and barefoot and dirt streaked, and pouch full of food. But he never discriminated against anyone. He would take anyone into his circle. He never met a person, a child, or anyone who he did not speak some sort of prophetic beauty to. Like, he has touched everybody he's ever met, I swear. And when he met Beth, his world brightened tremendously. He'd been through hell and back. And Beth was such a bright spot in his life. Every time he would come, every conversation, every paragraph held Beth. And the times she came were beautiful, and the times she didn't, we said, say hi to Beth, we miss you, we love you. He came just a few weeks ago during COVID, sang us the song, what is it, Pa? Jesus or the Jailer. Sang that to us, and my phone was in the house like, shoot, I don't want to go get it. I'm just going to listen. I'll catch it next time. He had his petitions out. All of my age children that were 21 and over signed it on that day. Sat around and chatted, had a conversation. Joseph asked him a question, and he was on a very tight schedule, his own personal schedule, always. If any of you know him, like, he's on the ball. Like, he made his own schedule, and he was busy 24/7 every day of the week. But he had to go somewhere. He said, okay, Joseph, we're going to talk about that next time. So I just appreciate that you all came and that you all were affected by him, and he will live on. He's a legend in Arizona. He's a legend to the people who know him, and his spirit will live on. Like, you will feel it. You will be in places, you'll be smoking a joint, and there's Michael. You'll be somewhere, and you'll like, what do I say, or what do I do, or what, I'm in this corner. Oh, Michael. What would Michael do? What would Michael say? Yeah, he's got an answer for everything, and it's always kind and gentle and beautiful and all-encompassing. Like, he will never leave anyone out. So I just embrace you all. I love you. I'm so glad you're here, and whether I talk to you tonight or not, I just really appreciate you all. Thank you so much, Beth. Love you.
Time is 7:21.
Okay, here we go. This is a song Michael wrote called Walking a Rainbow. Walking the Rainbow. All right, thank you.